Welcome.
Welcome. Yeah, turn that off.
So vibrate.
No, it's not.
It's on vibrate now.
Welcome to the place where your phone can be not on vibrate.
That was terrible. But welcome to the PJ's World Podcast, episode number 8.
We're 8. Oh,
Yeah.
8 is our, 8, 4, our favorite number.
It's my favorite number.
But 4 is my favorite number.
Yeah, so...
That's how I know we were meant to be.
Today's the 4th?
Meant to be.
Today's the 3rd.
Today's the 3rd.
But tomorrow's the 4th.
Yeah, of course. That's what comes after 3.
Or we can release it on the 4th and just say today's the 4th.
Well, I don't care what you do.
Well, why were you saying 4 and 8 then?
Because 8 is you said number 8. Yeah. This is episode number 8.
Yeah, it's the 8th month.
And and your birthday's on the 8th.
We're going to have to cut that.
Nope. Don't you dare.
I don't like people doing my birthday.
Party time.
Yeah, I don't like that. Anyway.
I'm feeling better.
She is feeling better, but we'll get into that. Right now, we have to tell you about our sponsor. Our sponsor, Goat Tees.
Goat
If you want a t-shirt with a big goat on it, Goat Tees is for you. What? It's a goat?
It's a goat.
Stands for greatest of all time.
Greatest
of all time.
That's me.
GoatTees.myvolution.com. Goat Tees spelled GoatTeez. MyVolusion.com. Our great sponsor. If you want to see me wearing these goat tees, just go check out the website.
One day we're gonna do one with the camera so they can see how beautiful I am.
Yeah, probably the next episode. I said I already have.
No, maybe number 10.
Number 10 will be the one. Number 10 will be the one.
Number 10.
We'll set up for number 10 because
hopefully I've lost 5 pounds.
I have to order the thing. We don't need to lose any weight. We're trying to gain weight, baby. We're trying to get this big old dookie booty.
No, we're gonna start cutting.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get a dookie booty.
I don't want a dookie booty.
I want a dookie booty.
No.
I want it just sticking out.
When I say cutting.
I want it so big. I want it so big that you can rest a plate on it.
Yeah. That's not a dookie booty. That's a nasty booty.
Okay, nasty dookie booty. I want that thing big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to get a new wife.
Do we have any other announcements?
I'm pregnant.
You notice no one laughed in here for that one. So, today is the episode where we talked about we were going to go over our predictions.
Today is the day. Okay?
We're going to go over our predictions.
And we have a special guest.
Yeah, Elliot is back.
He's been here today.
Elliot is back. And
that means that he liked us, okay?
Something. You get to say something.
I can say something now?
Yeah, you can say something.
I'm here.
No, you don't say anything in the intro. Why are you talking? You don't say in the intro. What is this? Oh my goodness. So, anyway, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about, we went to a convention today or yesterday or whenever the heck this thing is going to come out.
Today.
It's going to come out today. And then we'll talk about
other stuff.
Our predictions on the MCU and Renee's perspective because he just watched all 21 movies. 21 movies in the past 2 weeks. She watched them all except for one because it's too expensive.
What? Captain Marvel? Why is it too expensive?
Oh, he.
What happened?
Yeah, anyway.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, that's just a thing. All right, anyway. So, we hope you enjoy.
Peace.
Why would you say peace?
I always have to say something.
Yeah.
I always have to
say something. Say something else. Say like.
I don't want to say anything else.
We're just going to end on that. Okay, that's just. It's not peace. Stay for the rest of the show. Just talk about peace. Welcome to episode number 8.
Number 8.
Number Ocho. The Ocho. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Rest in peace.
So, today, as promised, we have Elliot is back. He's a favorite guest right now.
Yes, he is.
He's a friend of the show, as we like to say. Mm-hmm. And he has been...
I'm like the reverse Steve Urkel.
You are like the reverse Steve Urkel because you don't come to the house, and when you do, you actually leave.
I'm also white.
I meant to move the car, didn't I? I didn't, but that's okay because Daniel left, and I meant to move the car, but I did not. So we have lots to talk about today.
A lot of good stuff.
So let's start with.
I need to know what happened because y'all been dangling a carrot in front of me.
Okay.
Start this thing off right.
Yeah, we're going to start it off with the announcement that you were doing a lot better.
Yes, I am doing a lot better.
Thanks for all the people that have sent all the well wishes and the prayers.
The flowers.
And the flowers and the emails.
And chocolate.
And everything and chocolate. Checking on Renee and how she's been doing. We really appreciate that.
I
and
only gained 15 pounds.
And if you haven't sent that stuff, you still can't.
Yeah,
you still can send it.
Yeah, we accept money here.
But, everybody that's done it and done it, we've already thanked them. So thank you all. Thank you all listeners of the show for supporting us. But she's been doing very well. She's been recovering. If you've ever been in a car accident, dog, don't get in one.
No.
It's devastating.
It wasn't even my fault.
It takes your body out.
Yeah.
And you think, a lot of times you think that these people are faking.
Yeah,
but they're not.
Forever I did.
It's really
I'm a believer.
I'm a believer. There's not a trace.
You don't have to sing every time.
A doubt in my mind.
I'm a believer.
I'm in love. Ooh.
I don't know the song.
Okay, you don't know the song. You know the song?
I do know the song.
Well, you should have sang it with me.
But I know that I can't sing.
I do too.
No, he don't know that.
I know that he can't sing.
He really doesn't.
Oh,
I know that he can't sing, yeah.
Well, no, I'm with you. I don't
know that I can't sing. I definitely think that I can sing. I can blow a tune or blow a tuba, whatever it's called. Blow a one.
What? Tell me the story.
All right. Well, it's not a story. It's just
make me laugh.
We'll make you laugh.
We'll just tell you.
Right,
we'll just tell you what happened.
I need to hear it.
Number one, you have to hear. Apparently, Ellie and I are a gay couple now.
Oh, yeah, that's a long story.
Definitely a gay couple.
Yeah.
What?
And we've
that was him. I had nothing to do with that.
For years.
He did that. PJ did that.
He
did that.
Years.
Yes.
What did you do, PJ? You did
and this is Dakota. Yeah, with Dakota.
Dakota, North or South?
Yeah, Dakota. North or South Dakota? Actually,
That's right.
Probably both of them.
You might be.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we became a gay couple this week.
Yes.
And apparently
I
been dating for several years.
A long time, yeah.
Who's the bottom?
So here. I'm going to frame this story. We met the ever awesome actor Pruitt Taylor. Pruitt Taylor. I always get his middle. I think Pruitt something Vince. Pruitt Taylor Vince. Yes.
Pruitt Taylor Vince.
I'm sorry, Pruitt. We knew this. You just have three names, and they're all very simple and similar.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
we got them wrong.
But not on the 8th time. We got it right in the 8th time.
We got it right the 8th time.
Anyways,
it's always the Ocho.
The Ocho.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
He died.
What?
The guy who said that died like a couple months ago.
Oh,
did he?
Rip,
oh, that's right, because he was the dragon guy.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
No, the pirate.
Rip Torn. Yeah. So rest in peace. Anyways, but so here we are. I'm talking with him, and we're having a good time, and I hear next to me PJ talking with his son, who's his handler. He took the money and stuff like that. And he goes, that's the trick to keeping a relationship alive. So I'm thinking, oh, that's nice. He's talking about you, Renee. He's talking about you. Yeah. And then, to my shock, later I figure out that is not the case. He has told this gentleman who, as it turns out, we're pretty sure he was a gay gentleman. And
well, no, we found that. You know how we found it out?
We found that in a very interesting way too. Yes, that's true.
In a very interesting way.
The woman that was sitting next to the two of them at her table was the actress from
I Spit on Your Grave.
The new one. She's very pretty.
Not the original one.
Okay.
She's very pretty. And Dakota, who is Pruitt's son, pretty sure.
Yeah, his son.
His son. Dad. Yes, called him Dad.
Was that the relation?
I don't know.
That might have been the relation.
I don't know.
Okay, did you call him Dad or Daddy?
You'll probably call him Dad. Okay. You'll probably be listening to this because I'm going to put all the tags in there, and maybe one of them will listen in there. But, yeah.
This is done out of complete and total respect. We love you.
Yeah, we do. Because you're one of our favorite actors.
Yes, you're great. You're absolutely great. We love you. So this is all done with loving respect.
Yeah. I know you don't, but it's funny. So,
anyways, so I'm talking to Pruitt.
Well, no,
backtracking.
Okay, yeah. So we go.
We're flustered.
All right, so we go. No, before that, even before that.
I'm saying we're flustered now.
Oh yeah. So even before that, we were like, he was like,
were you guys gazing at each other?
No. Just listen. It's all.
It'll come together. All right,
so we were out there, and he was like, "Do you want to get the autograph?" I was like, "He's like, yeah, but the poster's in the car," and we had finished everybody else. Yeah. So we and when we walked out, he passed us, and he was going out. I was like, "Crap, he's leaving," and he's like. Elliot's like, you know what? I believe he'll be back.
Yeah.
And I said, are you sure? I said, yeah, he'll be okay. So we went to get the poster. Yeah. So we come back in, and he's not back. But no, he wasn't back.
Oh, he's behind us.
Yes, he was.
I know where you're going with this. Go, keep going, keep rolling. You're good.
So
you're good.
We're walking.
Story structure. You're good.
We're walking, and then I looked behind us and we're like, oh, he's behind us, so he's coming back. Yeah. And I looked at his table. Nobody was at his table, but there was a guy sitting at his table who ended up being a son. Yeah, okay. Right? So we walk up to the table, and Elliot. So this is how it got facilitated.
He touched your hand.
No. It's crazier than that. You can't believe what was about to happen.
Don't be gay, Renee.
I like it. So we're walking up, and I was like, all right, Elliot, let's go over there because nobody's at the table. Yeah. But Elliot had, he had his tube, so he had to get the poster out the tube and everything.
It's a process.
So while he's getting the poster out the tube and everything, we're walking up, we're standing at the table. The lady, I can't remember her name from my student grades.
Well, we're sorry.
But she is very beautiful, though.
She's very pretty.
Actually beautiful.
Yes.
So she walks up, and she comes up to the table. She's with Pruitt. Her and Pruitt were walking back together.
We were kind of like, Pruitt, you do it, man. You go for it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they were in front of us at first.
They were
in front of us.
I wasn't going to correct him. But
we saw it in front of us, and then we walked around them. And so then they come like behind the table, and she comes up, and then she steps up, and she goes, I'm going to do this, or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Mm-hmm. And then she puts her foot on the table with her Louis Vuitton 6-inch heels.
I think more than that.
It was Louis Vuitton. Oh, more than
I think more 6 inches. Yeah, no,
but I know they're Louis Vuitton because they said the word Louis Vuitton. Yes. I didn't recognize them or anything. But she put them up on the table.
My mouth is open right now.
Yeah, and was like, yeah, or something. And then what the club was like. That's when he started saying, Dad, take a picture.
In Dakota, just to interject here. Apparently, Dakota. This convention's gone on all week long, so it was Friday. It may even start Thursday, possibly.
I think it started Thursday.
It may have started Thursday. I can't remember, but definitely yesterday. For sure yesterday. Yeah. Because poor Pruitt got mistaken for Wilford Brimley.
Oh, that's right. He got mistaken, and he said he was pissed about that.
Yeah, I would.
Like, we're having a conversation with this guy. Yeah. Right? And then while we're having a conversation, all of a sudden, he put the heels up there. And he's like, Dad, take a picture of it. Yep. So then she says, why don't, instead of putting it on the table, why don't you put your heels on my shoulder?
And all weekend long, back to that, all weekend long, Dakota apparently wanted her to wear them.
Because she had been wearing like flats. Yeah. She was like, he'd been bullying me to wear heels this whole time. Yeah. And so, and we're just standing like.
We're sitting there. Yep.
And then, so
I've seen weirder things. That's the sad thing.
But he was sitting down. He wasn't standing up. He was sitting down. Okay. And she did it. She came up and put her foot on his thing. Like that, and then he was licking, and then Pruitt's taking a picture.
We should have taken a picture of this.
Why did y'all take a picture of this?
We didn't know what was happening.
Yeah, we didn't.
We were just sitting there like...
And it was funny because I made some great jokes, but no one seemed to respond. I was like, I'll pay you $100 to do that.
Oh, yeah, you should. Oh,
and I mean, she may have been like, this dude's a freaking creep. But, I mean, I was like, I'm kidding. Please don't sue me.
Yeah, we were like, and we were just sitting there. And, because
please don't me to me.
Like, we're like, what the heck is, what's going on? Yeah. And then he goes, oh, I really want those. Maybe I can rock them. He said, but I'm not gay enough for that.
Well, no, he goes, there's a pair I want with, like silver spikes that come out. But he's like, I'm not that gay for that. So of course, me and PJ are like, initially we're like, okay, maybe he just really likes like shoes for like his girlfriend or something like that. Yeah. And he goes, no, I'm not gay enough for that. And we kind of like.
Okay, now it's making sense. Because also, so she's like, like the actress, beautiful. Yeah. And everything, and so we're trying to figure out.
Yeah, I was like, how is she okay with this?
Remember when we were walking by?
There's no way she'd do this for me.
We're walking by. They kept talking back and forth and stuff, and so I'm thinking maybe he's like bothering.
Flirt with her a little bit.
Yeah, and all that
let's not say bother because it looked like it was mutual.
But you know what I mean? Like, and then
we don't want Pruitt to sue us. Like, you guys, your podcast.
How did they get her to do that? We were just looking and thinking. Then we sat there, we're like. Everything just like clicking in the place, clicking in the place. We're like, okay. And so then,
I'm talking with Pruitt.
Yeah, so then he starts doing that.
Yep. And so now PJ's up. Yeah.
So he was talking, and while he was talking, so while we were waiting for all this to happen, we were having a conversation with Dakota about what we were talking about.
I think it was just you because I was talking with Pruitt.
No, I'm talking before that, before Pruitt even came up.
Oh, we talked about some random stuff. We talked about his shows, talked about his movies. Stranger
Dakota
Things.
Oh yeah, we're talking about Dakota's the guy's sons. The guys,
Okay.
yeah, we're talking about Stranger Things and why, he was like
the
he hates
arc,
when he hates when you're watching a show and you want things to be hashed out a certain way. And then they
kind of
they change. They focus on something else, and and we're talking about that.
Specifically referring to the infamous lost strips of Stranger Things, which wasn't very well received, and so they kind of just ignored it. He was in that episode. Pruitt was in that episode, which is why we kind of brought that one up.
He was in an episode, and then they just...
He was great in it.
Yeah, and they just ignored it like it never happened. Like it never happened. And so we're talking about that. And so then I was talking to him. So after Elliot had got his stuff signed, Dakota was like, "Where's your stuff? You gonna get signed?" And I was like, "Nah, we're a set." He was like, "Oh, how long y'all been together?" And so at that moment,
I didn't know this was happening.
Yeah, so I had a second, split second. So and I was like, you know what? I'm never gonna. It's okay. I'll just say, no use to correct him, and then just go with it. You know what I'm saying? And I was like,
and how long did you say?
I was like, no. What was the first question? He said
the funniest thing about it.
No, he said y'all together or something. And because I told you, remember later we were talking about. I said he had a follow-up question. The follow-up question
how long
was
you
how
been
long
together?
You been together. So he said something like, "Oh, y'all are a couple or something."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah." And then I thought it was gonna be the end. Then like, how long y'all gonna be together? How long? And I was like, a few years. And then he was like,
first thing first, I want to interject real quick that when he told me this story initially, he said that he was hesitating after every question, which I find so funny because this is the guy who can literally lie while breathing.
Right.
Well, when I say I hesitated, it was like a split second. Well, I was hesitating after the first one. Once I decided to go with it, I was with it.
Probably because you were afraid that he was gonna pull over and be like, "Hey man, it's really awesome that you're dating this guy." And I'd probably be like, "What?"
And then, or at something else like, "Hey, we should hang out later." I mean,
that'd be great.
Like a cool guy, but you know what I mean. But so
funny.
then it was like, yeah, me and mine been together 7.5 years. And he's like,
and I'm thinking, I heard this part. I'm thinking he's talking about you. I was like, oh, that's sweet. Just talk about Renee.
And then he was like,
no,
he's
talking about me.
White chocolate.
And then he was like, yeah, my guy, he's in the Army. And he travels a lot, and I travel a lot.
Yeah.
He's like, that's a secret. You gotta get away every once in a while.
I think the most amazing thing is they had this entire conversation with me right next to him, and I didn't have any idea.
Any of it. I should have just walked up and put my arm around you.
I probably would have been like, what the hell are you doing?
You might have punched me.
I might have.
You might have punched me. So I couldn't risk it because he didn't.
In other words, I would have just killed you.
He had no clue.
He had
not even a clue.
That's so funny.
I was like, so then we walked away.
For some reason, I wasn't surprised when you told me. I was like, no, that sounds about right.
Yeah. I was like, I just went with it. I was like, okay, it's all right.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so but before that,
I'm really glad we didn't stay the weekend at the hotel.
I know. Because then he would have seen us every time.
Yes.
Hey guys.
I wonder if this could have. Oh, we have to talk about the Ashley Bang thing.
That's what I was saying. Because now we're
segueing into the Ashley Bang thing twofold. This is where he embarrassed himself.
Didn't embarrass myself.
Wholesale.
I didn't embarrass myself. It was good.
He didn't get embarrassed wholesale. He walked into the ultimate.
I walked into it, and she got me good.
She got him good.
Who is that?
I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
Did she watch Monster Squad with us?
No, she didn't. But it's fun. You'd like it.
All right.
It's weird. It's weird as hell.
Right,
but it's
and you could never make him. All right. So basically, she played this 6-year-old, 5-year-old,
if that
kid. Their friend.
Yeah.
You know how in all the little rituals and stuff in magic, you got to have a virgin that does whatever, right?
Really quick, I'm going to interject. The Monster Squad, which is the movie we're talking about, is a 1980s cult film about a group of kids, very much a la the Goonies, that discover that in their hometown, the classic Universal monsters, Frankenstein, Dracula, the Wolfman, Gillman, the Mummy, Frankenstein, thank you, have infiltrated their town, are trying to take over the world through a ritual that takes place at midnight on Halloween or something like that.
Something like that.
And she is part of the Goonies-esque group.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad you said all that.
Yeah.
All right, so...
You're getting excited, so...
I know. So you know how they needed a virgin. So they got this other girl.
Yeah.
Who's 5 years old.
No. They got the regular teenage girl.
That's right.
Who said she was a virgin, right?
But she's not.
When she did the ritual, and it didn't work, and everybody was like, what's going on? and said, "Aren't you a virgin?"
You're not a virgin, are you?
Just Mikey, but he doesn't count.
No, you were going to say it right because it's the best line of the movie.
Well, you
her younger brother asks, like, "You're not a virgin, are you?" And she shakes her head no, like really sheepishly.
Yeah.
And she goes, "What do you mean no?" And she's like, "Well, Steve, but he doesn't count. And it's a very funny, chaotic scene as the monster
doesn't count. And so then they were like, "Oh, so they need another virgin."
Yeah.
And so it was the little 5-year-old girl.
Yes.
And they said, "Oh, you're the virgin."
Yeah.
Yes.
And it was funny because a lot of times in movies they're not going to put a sexual identity on a 5-year-old girl.
Yeah.
But this movie did.
It's wonderful.
And this was the girl, the 5-year-old girl that we're talking to.
Yes.
I mean,
she's in her mid to late.
She's like our age now.
I'm looking like y'all was talking to a 5-year-old.
No, she's like our age now.
So we came out in 89, 88, 87.
All right, so we're talking to the virgin.
Yes.
Okay, you got it? All right, we're talking to the virgin.
Yes.
So we're just talking. I say crazy stuff already.
Oh, very, yes.
A lot of crazy stuff.
Very.
And so then I go, "Are you still a virgin?"
Because, we're thinking she... I didn't say it. It's him. I'm shaking my head like...
PJ, are you serious?
Wait for it. It's amazing.
That's what we said. We were like, "Are you still a virgin?"
Who is we?
Elliot and I. We both said it. We said it.
No, I know. I did not say that. Did not say that.
It was us.
No.
Because I thought it was...
I am afraid of the Me Too movement.
I thought it was awesome. And then so she
Elliot
goes...
was like, "No, I didn't. I most definitely did not say that."
And so,
I paid her money for her autograph. So I feel like I have to be immune somewhere along here.
No, you're good, but you were with me, so you're not.
I'm definitely not good in that regard. Yeah.
So I was like, "Are you still a virgin?" And she goes,
a matter of fact, she goes, "No," and she stands up. She is easily 8 months pregnant.
She was like, no, she didn't say no.
She did. I thought she
did.
did.
"Are you a virgin?" She said,
"That's right." She just stands
"You tell
up.
me," or something like that.
She's 8 months pregnant,
I was like,
fully pregnant. And PJ, I have never. There's been like maybe 5 times in the last 10 or 8 years that I've known him where he has faltered even a tiny bit.
Yeah.
Mouth open, speechless. Mouth open, speechless.
She got me completely.
He had
because she was sitting down, you couldn't see she was
not a response.
Well, and if we don't know her, so maybe her face was thicker or something, but we would know. So
right,
she's older.
Right.
I'm
saying we would know. So
right.
She stood up, and I was like,
"Yep."
and said, "And this is my second."
To which smart boy over here goes, "Yeah, but the first one was conceived by immaculate conception." That was his response. He was that flustered.
Yeah, that was a good one.
It was horrible.
That was a good.
It was
horrible. I liked it though.
Oh.
I liked it. But she was. Yeah, she got me. I was definitely like.
So it sounded like y'all had a real good time.
The.
I mean, minus him embarrassing me at just about every table. It was great.
I was on fire. Though.
Yeah. No, not even a tiny bit.
No, I was on fire. Yeah. I mean, because I had them going.
I mean,
every table I had the people going.
If by uncomfortable, then yes.
Yeah, they were uncomfortable. That's what it's supposed to be.
What?
No.
Why are they supposed to be uncomfortable?
Because you got to shake things up. They remember you.
They're gonna remember us. Yes.
They remember.
I'm not sure that's what we want when the lawsuit comes down the line.
They remember.
Yeah.
We were at every table. We was good.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's right. And then on top of that, we're talking about because both me and PJ agreed that Ashley Bank, the girl who he respectfully called a virgin, I say respectfully in the most fastidious way there was.
We were having a good time because we had been talking about 10 minutes before that point.
It's 5 or 10. Yeah, maybe.
We were talking for a while.
Anyway,
because most conventions are. That's the thing about this convention. It's so small that tables were just
intimate.
empty.
Oh, very.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, lots of.
We could have sat there for another 10 minutes if we wanted to.
Really?
I mean, as long as she was okay with it.
It was.
Which, as the conversation was going, she might not have been.
It was good. She was good. No, because her friend was talking to us. Her little person that's sitting at the table was still talking to us while we was walking around there. Yeah. So it was, we was golden. She was
probably nervous that we were going to come over and start a full-fledged conversation with her again.
She probably going to say something to keep us away.
Please don't
keep us away. I'm just saying, we was in
Please don't come back. Please don't come back.
But we were going back to the us being gay thing, fictitiously, of course. Just want to throw that in there.
Nothing wrong with that.
Fair enough. So we were kind of joking and being like
partner.
We were kind of like, so how can we make this work for us, or me specifically being the single one? And we were talking like I wonder if now this would make if I could go up just touch girls' boobs now because if we're gay,
if we're gay, it's okay.
Yeah, if it's gay, it's okay because exactly what happened with Scarlett Johansson. Have you seen that video? I don't remember exactly who it was. It was like, I don't think it was Anderson Cooper, but one of these guys, because he was gay, he feels up Scarlett Johansson on the TV. And so, like,
because you're gay.
And nobody think anything about that.
Yep.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So that's what he's thinking. He's like, man,
maybe this is the way in.
Yeah, we're gay.
This is the way in, and then you can say somebody turned you out.
Yep.
Yeah, be like, oh, you know what? I'm gay.
Let's not have
think that you.
You can say you're not gay anymore.
I think that you cured me.
Right.
Yeah. Let's not hashtag Me Too on this. Let's not do that.
Or putting it out there, and then all of a sudden, the bad thing is that if this podcast like goes viral, and everybody listens to it, then you're screwed. You can never do it again. No pictures, please.
Yep. Anyway, so
pictures.
It was fun.
Yeah. Oh, and then we talked to Keith David.
Keith David.
Okay.
And you'll know. Hold on, let me pull him up.
Yeah, you'll know him.
I know this. You guys know I don't know anyone, right?
Well, no, you'll know when you see him.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know this.
Is he fine and sexy?
No.
Well, then
he was very.
Oh yeah, actually he was back in the day, but he's older now.
We still love you though, Keith.
That guy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you know who he is.
He's cool.
Yeah, I like when these certain people come there. I just and the guy. Remember that show we watched, Breakout Kings?
Yeah.
That we watched. The black guy that was in there, black thief little guy. Mm-hmm. He was there, and I talked to him for like a while. He was talking to
10 minutes ish.
Yeah, I talked to him for a good long. He was like, yeah, he's like he didn't like to go to the
big ones.
To the big ones. He likes to go to the little small ones because he can talk to the people.
Oh wow, that is
nice. He can meet people and talk to the people. So we talked for a little while. Mm-hmm. We're talking about his working in the shows, and that was Breakout Kings was his first show. That's what I thought. It was his first show.
Did a few movies,
and then after that, he almost directly went into. He did a couple movies, couple little episodes and shows, and then he went to I Zombie. The show that Jordan watched about. He was the detective in that with the woman that ate the brains. Zombie ate the brains.
Oh yeah.
It's all on Netflix.
I think it is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so that's where Jordan watched it. And so we're talking all the time. I was like, I didn't see that, but my son watched every single episode and he really liked it, and he'd been wanting me to watch it. So I was talking to him for a while, and then I called Jordan. I was like, Jordan, I just thought while you were in the store and Jordan was in the car, I called him.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, oh, that's tough.
That means that's good.
Yeah, that's the kid slang nowadays. So,
kids today.
I told you to stop acting so old.
Well, I'm just saying.
Because he texted me and said that he thought that this guy was French kissing his 12-year-old or something.
We forgot about that one. All right.
That was actually pretty great. So I'm going to tell the story.
Yeah, you tell the story.
So me and PJ are standing in line to get into this convention. I'm standing in the ticket line with him, and this couple. I thought it was a couple ahead of us, just which is kind of what makes the story even funnier. It was a guy about our height, average to, short. And his girlfriend was even shorter, like, maybe 5 foot, not even shorter than that.
Who, the girl?
The girl, yeah.
Yeah, she's shorter than 5 feet.
So she may have been like 4'10", maybe. Anyway, so
it looked like his daughter.
We're standing. Well, PJ was sure that it looked like his daughter, and so while they're standing there, you can tell they're kind of flirting, kind of in a weird way, and I think PJ noticed that.
No, I didn't at first.
And then the guy gets his face right in the girl's face and kind of like nuzzling noses, and like it looked like they were kind of kissing. I was kind of like, okay, a little bit of PDA, like get a room, guys. And I look over at PJ, and PJ looks like he is legitimately nauseated. Like he is going to throw up right there on the spot, and like he's almost kind of like fumbling to keep his balance. And I'm like, are you okay? Like, what the heck? And he won't say why. And like he's like, I'm okay. I'm just kind of like, are you sure? Like it looked like you were like having a serious moment there. And then anyway, so that's the point of the story that I recall. I don't remember when.
Well, because then I couldn't say it because the people when we said right in front of me. I mean, it's like we're standing in line. They're the people in front of us.
Yes.
They're like right there, and I'm like, and I didn't want to say nothing, so I had to. I was on my.
Oh yes, he sent me a text. That's right.
And I didn't think I texted. I showed you. I was like the man.
He was like He's like, I don't think that's his daughter. I was kind of like, no, it's not his daughter. It's his girlfriend or wife. And then PJ, like, you just tell, like, a light bulb went off. He's like, wow, you're right. It is his wife. I was like, is that why, like, you were looking physically ill? He's like, yeah.
I was dying. I was looking. I promise.
Like, his face looked like it lost color. Like, it looked like I
thought that was the man with his daughter. Because they were just standing there, and I saw it. She looked, you know, how some women look young.
Yeah.
And I didn't really. I
don't think you saw her from the front, because from the front she was pretty well. She's pretty good to go. If I was gay, I'd touch her boobs. Let's just put it that way.
I was like, you know how, like I didn't pay them much attention, you know.
Yeah.
Like they're in front of me and I didn't really look at them, and I just thought it was the man with his daughter. So there were other people, like their fathers were sons, fathers were daughters.
I can see how you think
that. Yeah. Wow.
I hate you for this. Like, this is never ever gonna die.
No, it's never gonna die. No.
And then, so I was just like, I really thought it was. Then all of a sudden they started. Now, the thing that they were doing was actually weird, even for a regular couple thing.
And I was even kind of like when the reason that I looked at him kind of weird, because I was like, man, like goddamn guys, get a room.
What were they doing? Like they ended up kissing.
Yeah.
But before they were kissing, they just like
he got like right in her face.
But
it was very strange.
And they were. But they didn't like touch each other.
No.
But they were like.
He's like. Like that.
Like what?
I can't.
He was playing a lip sync.
Yeah.
No, but they weren't touching.
That's the weird part about it. Yeah.
Their foreheads were together. Remember? They put their foreheads together.
Barely.
And then they were just like.
They moved everything. They moved everything on their face they could in the most awkward way, like their lips and their nose,
touching each other. And we were like,
so
yeah, we were like, but I was extra grossed out because I thought it was his daughter.
What is happening?
Seriously, like I was.
Yeah, I did text. I said this. I don't think that's his daughter. And I bet Elliot was confused. Like,
I was very confused.
What is he talking about?
I was very confused.
Daughter?
My
I was generally concerned for a second. I was like, because he looked like he was legitimately going to fall down.
My husband.
Yes.
Only my husband.
You married this.
That's what came to mind.
I did it.
But I will say, I got in the right line because.
But it sounded like you had.
I got my tickets beforehand.
Fun to that's fine. The organization of the lines is terrible. Okay.
No, it was.
Your point has been well made.
No.
What
I'm just
happened?
saying. No, it. So they had a will call line and a get your tickets line, right? So this is the stupid thing. Everybody, regardless of if you already had your tickets or you didn't, had to get in line.
Had basically the same line, even though it was divided.
Yeah, basically the same line to go basically to the same place.
Yeah. So there's a line. There's two lines. One for will call, one to buy tickets.
Yeah.
And then you walk essentially catty corner to a booth. So you do basically a U-turn from where you're standing to a booth. Mm-hmm. Once they kind of call you up to kind of meter out the line.
But then when they call you up, they don't give you any instructions.
No.
They just.
Yeah, they just say, get your ticket and go, and it's like another 15 minutes.
But I have my ticket already.
Yes.
So go in.
No, I'm good.
Honey Jack.
But yes, so the conventions are always fun.
Okay, I don't think I can drink out of that.
That's gross.
That is disgusting.
Do you drink while you work?
Shot.
Do you drink while you work?
Sometimes I do.
I don't blame you.
Depends. But anyway.
So while you twerk.
Yeah, so that was interesting. Oh, and then Keith David was funny. He was. I don't even know. Actually, now I don't even think he'd be acting, because he acted the exact same way
a little bit
that he does in his movies. Because if you think about it, he's basically the same character in every movie.
For the most part, yes.
Yeah, but that's how he is in real life.
Yes,
he was like, look, this Starbucks. I don't know what this is, but I need you to go get me. So. Tea? Any kind of black tea.
Breakfast tea.
Breakfast tea, any kind of black tea.
Don't hurt yourself.
And they're like, you want some sugar? He's like, no. Well, if they have raw sugar, give me 2.
I just want to say right now, Keith David, I love you very much, and you're the man.
Oh, no, I do too. Well, I'm just saying it was funny.
I'm not slandering your name.
He was sitting right there.
Then he was having a conniption.
We're standing in front of him. Yeah.
He was having a conniption. While we're standing in front of him, he was having a conniption about.
We think. We're not sure.
Because he's basically saying, you see that? Who's that woman in front of him? And the only woman in front of us was, what's her name?
Ashley Bank.
Ashley Bank,
okay.
who we were, right?
Yes.
And then he was like, what is she doing here? Why is she coming here like that? Pregnant.
She was pregnant.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're just assuming that's what he was talking about. But he was having like a real condition. He was like,
yeah.
And we're just sitting there. Yeah. We're like, and at first we're like,
we are waiting to.
Yeah, we are.
It was our turn.
We're
standing
directly
in front of him.
When
like,
he was doing that?
Yes.
They do that sometimes. It's really weird. Yeah, I don't know why.
Well, they're used to. They're actors. They're used to everybody staring at them, and
that's
they just
true.
do their thing.
That's true. Yeah.
So we were literally, we were standing right. We were this close to the man.
Yeah, he's standing there,
and he's completely ignoring us.
And, like, it was kind of funny because
he
like
saw through y'all.
Yeah, kind of. That is not the first time I've had someone do that, actually.
Oh God!
But like, it was funny because I remember I was kind of standing there like.
Is he ever going to acknowledge us?
Well, no. I was more trying to piece together the conversation that he was having. Like, I do it all the time because.
But
like,
who was he talking to though?
He was talking to his handler, his manager or handler, whatever.
The guy who had to go get the tea.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
there's two. He had two because he was the big pole.
Who is it?
We're doing a show.
What do you want?
You know, every time we
show,
somebody always come in. How can we help you, son?
No. You open the door. Come on back. Come on back. What you got?
How was the party?
How's the trunk party, Lil P?
Why?
What does what's the name do? Mr. Kevin Miss Carlin do with money? Don't they do something?
No, get out of here.
That's what you came at. Oh, Ray, get out. Out.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
I mean, I would apologize. I would apologize, but I think that every
every
show
single time.
we do,
you guys should have like a Mr. Rogers segment where like he's like a postman. He comes in, he's like, hey,
or we could like get a sign or something and say.
Oh, you could do that, yeah. If you don't.
But they're not gonna read that sign.
No, they're gonna just come in.
They're just gonna come in. If we don't say anything, they'll still open it.
Oh, you know, like doing the thing on air.
Could you there, please?
Oh, you want to do that? Okay, yeah.
PJ is getting a little close to Elliot right now.
Yes.
We are partners. So
yes.
We're talking about Keith David. Yeah.
Keith David
just right in front of us. And then it's kind of funny. Then all of a sudden he decides he's ready to talk to us.
Yeah, it was great.
All right, guys.
Turn right on. They do that. I mean, I can't say I blame them.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah, that's great.
I might have to go with you guys.
You're more welcome to.
And he said,
I want to go where they dress in costumes and all that stuff because I want to dress.
Well, I mean,
no, they have one at the.
I mean, they dress in costumes at all of them actually.
Yeah.
They had one at the harbor one year.
Yeah,
remember I took a picture with like Mr. T.
Huh?
Which one they have at the harbor?
They went at the harbor every year.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, you didn't remember because I thought it was at the harbor. Remember the one we were?
Oh,
DC?
Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah.
And it was at the convention center.
And then we had some. I mean, because
we stayed, the anime one while we were at.
And I was like calling everybody.
It was around my birthday time.
Was it really your birthday?
Yeah, because we're doing a photo shoot.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We're doing a photo shoot. We're doing another photo shoot.
People don't like that.
Yeah, because you don't know who they are and you're completely wrong. We're doing another photo shoot.
You?
If you want to be in a,
but she was dressed like a mouse. But it wasn't Minnie Mouse.
Yeah, Mouse. Interesting.
If you would like to be in a photo shoot, let us know. But we're doing another photo shoot this time. But it's going to be a boudoir photo shoot. So if you don't want to do that, then don't call.
Wait, I need you to clarify this because I might come and help.
Last year, what I said come be my lighting guy.
That's right, you did.
I did, and you didn't come. You're bad.
Well, she was dating someone.
Who?
The person who you told me you're shooting.
So?
I guess that's a valid point.
Dating.
I mean, she was actually married. She's actually married.
Date multiple people. Don't you think so?
Can you do that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Because my parents said that, but the last person who I was dating was like, no, you're dating only me.
I think you have to date like multiple people.
Yeah, you gotta date multiple.
That's what I think.
At the same time?
Yeah, at the same time.
Just let them know, like, hey.
Until y'all decide to be exclusive.
Exactly.
Until y'all say we're going to be exclusive.
I think people today, like people my age, are too sensitive about that kind of stuff.
They are sensitive about it because they're SJWs.
What is that?
STWs?
SJWs.
STDs?
SJWs.
What the hell does that mean?
social justice warriors?
I mean, while I agree with that, I don't see how that necessarily has to do with dating multiple people.
No, it is, because it's about social justice. So they all get all up in whenever anybody does anything that they consider outside of the little box.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Mm-hmm.
Wait, but don't like most people want to date more than one person?
It's
yes and no. Because people, yes, but they feel like they're the most important. So if somebody's dating them, they.
But like if you tell them at the beginning, like, hey, this
but most people don't do that.
Yeah, most people don't do that.
I would totally be like, listen, until we just figure out if this is gonna be me and you, I'm totally gonna date like other
I know,
people.
but people would think that you're just doing that.
I think the problem is once you get to that point where you actually say that, it's kind of like you've been going out long enough that it could be construed as this is actually some semblance of dating.
See, but I think you have to let them know at the beginning, like, hey, just
woman, I'm dating other women.
I'm gonna be dating other people, so don't feel like
you the only one.
You need to talk to me every day. This is not gonna happen.
Don't worry, I'm getting STD tests regularly.
I'm doing this regularly.
I just had my test yesterday, and it was positive. Just wanted to let you know.
Don't ever have sex because you will get chlamydia and you will die.
Should we go upstairs now or later?
Right. I have been taking my antibiotics.
I'm on day 4, so that basically means it's gone.
Yeah. I'm wearing clean underwear.
Right. That's weird.
Yeah. But side note, I do just want to say that during Ashley Bank was pregnant and she had wonderful, wonderful, wonderful breasts.
I was about to say that.
Yes, they were wonderful.
Yeah, and you got to feel them.
Sort of. In the picture, she got really close in my shoulder. And I was like, oh man, it's wonderful.
You have it.
Yes, I do. I have the picture.
Let me see.
Yes, she's.
Oh, so you guys did take pictures?
Oh yeah, they did. And Ashley Bank, this is done.
I could have taken pictures, but I realized, because I was telling him about it, he's like, you can get in pictures if you want. But I realized the last time I took pictures, I realized I didn't care. So I was like, why get in his pictures, and I don't care about being in the picture. Like, I have not looked at even with the Sid Haig and the people I love. Right. I have not. I think those pictures are deleted. Like, I don't even know where they are.
Well, you got a hard copy picture. Oh no, you didn't.
No, not of the picture we took of each other. So that's what I'm saying. So.
Yeah, look at that. It's all up in my side.
Oh yeah.
It's all up in my side. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
they like. I'm just saying, pregnant boobs are the most wonderful.
I agree with you.
Like, they are soft and they're big.
They can get hard.
Oh no, I'm aware. I'm aware of this. But that's usually,
these weren't.
No, these were very nice. And I just want to say I never ever thought I'd be in a situation with little Phoebe. That was so wonderful. So
that's the baby name.
That's the baby. That's her name in the movie.
Oh.
No.
Y'all got the baby name too.
We're having a Twilight thing.
Yes, we are.
Thinking he's imprinting on an unborn child.
No,
I thought he said little Phoebe.
I know that was
little Phoebe was her name in the movie. She played Phoebe. Yes.
Okay.
But she was wonderful and she's very nice. And obviously, she felt
everybody was nice.
Everybody was very nice.
We didn't have any. Usually, there'd be one or two that are buttholes, but
yeah, Keith David. Really? Keith David was the closest to being a little hit or miss, but he's still very nice.
And he's older, so
he's older. Yeah, exactly.
And he wanted his tea.
He wanted his tea with some raw sugar.
Raw sugar.
Two
raw sugar.
Two everything.
2 raw sugar.
They brought him the wrong damn tea.
No. Oh,
that's what happened.
I almost saved Elliot $40.
How? No, you didn't save.
Yes, I did. So all the people we're going to, I was like, they would say how much it was, and I was like, well, I'll pay you in smiles.
Wait, PJ was gonna smile? Oh, hell no.
Well, try smiling.
That's why he thought it was funny.
I thought it was. Try smiling like 5 times in a row. Try doing that.
PJ can't smile.
You can't do that.
Right.
You can't do that. It hurts.
Are you a wino?
No,
I don't know what's happening.
The what's was going to let us do 40 smiles. No. I wasn't going to do 40. She said she's going to let me pay with a smile and a hug.
Was she flirting with you?
It doesn't matter, but he gave her the money.
No, we were gay, remember?
Yeah, we were gay, so we couldn't. But she gave him the money.
Was this before or after?
This was actually before, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Before. So he gave her the money, and so then she's like, no, we can't take it back.
Yeah. I just got to say right now, like, the one thing that is mildly funny about the situation is these poor people who don't know PJ. And when he says these asinine things like, I'll pay 42 smiles for an autograph, and they just kind of look at him like, is this person mildly retarded?
Right.
Or is he being serious?
Oh, God.
And
the one lady is like, well, I won't take 80 smiles, but if you give me 82.
And then that broke PJ. PJ was like, oh, no, I can't do that. But like this one girl, the one that he tried the 40 with, she just kind of she was looking at him the entire time like, is this like a special kid, like a special child who's come to the convention today?
Yeah.
And
if that had saved you $40, you wouldn't have complained.
In fairness, I kind of like fuzz out half the stuff you say.
You have to.
You kind of have to.
After a while, you have. See, that's a good thing that you know that about him. Because most of the time, after a while, PJ's say,
he's still going.
Do you know so and so? Or I told you, and I'm like, did you? Yeah, I don't listen to half of the stuff he says.
I just kind of nod my head and like, good job, PJ.
And I laugh at him, and you think that you're laughing at his jokes.
Listen. I understand that this is a thing, but it doesn't stop me from talking.
That's true.
There's
absolutely true.
I think the only thing that would stop you from talking is fish.
Because and then we'll have to put it in oatmeal bath.
I remember when I first started to meet PJ, when I first was talking to PJ, he's like, yeah, I'm really allergic to fish. I was like, well, so let me ask you a question. Is it like the funny kind of allergic where it's like, you have like a really gross rash? Or is it like the sad kind where you die? He's like, it's the sad kind where you die.
I was like, so
I was like, PJ, you probably should eat that.
So this is thing. So when he wants to get rid of me, he goes down.
That's right.
We go to get lunch, and he goes to get what he calls a PJ death wrap.
And he get a tuna wrap.
I get a chicken Caesar salad.
Oh,
with the Caesar dressing on it. And
he's like, what are you gonna get today?
They make
death wrap.
down there they make a lot of stuff from scratch.
Yeah.
So I can't.
They make nothing from scratch down there. Don't you even say that.
What do you
Phillips. They don't make anything from scratch down there.
They do.
Like what? The lettuce?
all their sauces and stuff.
That's the sauces.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
You think they
Probably
make that
not.
Caesars?
I mean,
They
not
make
scratch.
Caesar's not that hard
Not
to make,
scratch
though.
like that. Not that scratch like that, but
Like a bottle. Like a squirt into a bottle.
No, not like that.
Okay.
Some of the stuff they make. Come on, I mean, when I say scratch, I don't mean like all the way scratch.
Well,
but
there is no other way.
They have like a lot of fresh ingredients and stuff.
That's not scratch.
And
that's not scratch.
Okay. They have good ingredients and fresh ingredients.
Okay.
And
yes,
and I don't know if it's the good one. So I just stay away from it. He always gets it because he knows it'll get rid of me.
PJ Death Wrap. That's what we call it.
Oh,
and he said little PJ Death Wrap, and I know when he said, okay, well, I'm done for the day. He'll probably slide back around too right before I leave.
Every once in a while, he'll come to my cube and I'm eating like a can of tuna. He's like, you were eating tuna. I gotta go.
Oh, it's making me sick.
I'm glad y'all think that's so funny.
Babe, don't do it. Don't eat that. I'm like, I'm not eating it.
My cousin's wife is I love her.
Is she allergic?
She is quote unquote allergic to not seafood. She's quote unquote allergic to Old Bay, the Old Bay seasoning. And so like whenever we go to the beach, we want to have shrimp or crab.
Of course.
Sorry, PJ. You can eat hot dogs outside.
That's what they do for me. That's basically what they do. They'll make me like a maybe some hot dogs, maybe sometimes a hamburger if I can get left.
But anyway, so we'll make the shrimp because we can save money by just buying it and then cooking it, in a big pot or whatever. And she's like, "Oh, the Old Bay's making me break out and get sick." It's like, you can't be allergic to Old Bay. It's spices. Like, you're just being, it's actually probably more the vinegar she doesn't like the smell of. Because you mix it with vinegar.
She's being dramatic.
She's being dramatic, yeah.
How can you be allergic to Old Bay?
Yeah. You
have to find out what if she is, then it's one ingredient.
This is also
I was about to say it's not gonna be
exactly. This is I just gotta tell you a quick side story about this because it's the only time my mom has ever, and you met my mom, and she's like a kind old lady, like you would never think would be possible of any kind of evil. But I'm just saying she is an old woman trying to get into heaven. So keep that in mind. Anyway, so at the same reunion,
Jewish heaven,
yes. I'm half. I'm a day walker.
Okay.
His mom's Jewish. His dad is heathen.
Protestant. Yeah. Heathen. Jewish heathen. Yes. I don't think Jews actually have quote unquote heathens.
No,
I think that's the whole. That's the whole point. Is like there is no heaven or hell necessarily. There's no hell, but I don't actually know much about Judaism, so isn't that funny? Anyways, regardless, at this reunion, my parents and my cousin and his wife, the wife I'm talking about, were staying in the house with the kids. Me, younger kids. We were in our early to mid 20s probably, which is a mistake to have old people in the house with us. Cool. But they were cool about it. My parents were cool about it. My cousin and his wife not so cool about it. So they got their rooms upstairs. They had. They're like 40, yeah. They're at the high end of the cousins. We're at the lower end of the cousins. So my parents were in one room. They had their own bathroom. Yeah. My cousins had another room, but the bathroom was across the hall from them. And so they kind of laid claim to that. And my cousins I love my cousins to death, but they're a bunch of alcoholics, my brother included. And they drank until they got sick. On top of that, the house was full of people, so it was super warm from the heat. Right. Sand everywhere, salt water. And so I couldn't take sleeping in this confined room with a bunch of people anymore, so I went and slept on the couch. Reclining chair was so comfortable. And it was nice and cool because of leather. Right. So I'm laying in the chair. It's probably 5, 6 in the morning, and my brother apparently in the night had gotten sick and slept with my parents. This is a 23-year-old man, by the way. No, excuse me, he was not 23-year-old. He was not. He could not legally drink yet. He was probably 19, maybe 20, sleeping with my parents.
Well, we can't talk because our kids, 21-year-old, 18, and 16, come and sleep with us. So I don't understand.
Not going to comment on that. That's your all's business. That's great.
Sleep in the bed. Well,
yes, they do.
That's amazing.
Not like.
Yes, they do.
Not like in the nighttime.
But they will come in there.
Like they'll come and get in the bed with us.
When they get sick, they come in there.
Yeah.
I just want to let everyone be known, and to any future women out there that may find me attractive, I've not slept in the same bed as my parents for like 25 years.
Well, my kids have.
Yes. Matter of fact, my dad was like, "Hey, I want everyone to get in bed Christmas morning. We're gonna have a nice family morning." I was like, "Hell no, weird." And he'd make me. But anyway, so going back to the story. My brother's in bed with my parents, and of course, he is suffering from a good old-fashioned, like, drunk meets hangover. He's throwing up. And apparently, my dad was taking a dookie in the bathroom, so the bathroom was all full up. He was using it.
So they were in the cousins' bathroom.
So my brother definitely didn't want to use that toilet. I'll tell you that right now. And he goes running to the bathroom what my cousin was using. And of course, I could hear my wonderful cousin-in-law, my cousin's wife, who's not blood. She's the married one. Right. She's married into the family. Right. She goes, "He's using our bathroom again. Make him stop." And so my cousin, my poor cousin Michael, he, ball and chain, gotta follow the wife.
You gotta follow her.
Yep. He goes and he goes, "You stop puking our bathroom. You go puke in another bathroom. You got shit face last night." And I'm telling you right now, my mom is not a bear by any stretch, but I heard the door bang, fly open, and she's like, "You leave him alone." I was like, "Oh shit, mom's pissed." And I was like, "You leave him alone. He's not puking in there because he's having a good time." Like, and my cousin was like, "Okay, Janet, we're so sorry. Like, I'm going to go back in my room." And he got chewed out by his wife. Like, but I was like, "Shit, man, my mom got pissed." And so I tried to bring that story up, and Mom was like, "No, it didn't happen." I was like, "No, it definitely happened.
Yeah,
I was down there.
I heard you.
It was funny because I was down there. I was like, "Oh man, I hope she doesn't come down here." Like.
Stay up there.
Yeah, I was like,
pretend like you sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Keep your eyes closed.
Like, it's one of those moments where, like, you're, like, in hindsight, you don't know what's happening. Then afterward, like, you remember everything. Where you're like, your face is like, "Oh, damn, what's going on?"
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Your face gets all intense.
Happening,
and it's like, like, "Mom, please don't come down here because I'm afraid she's gonna start beating on me." Like, like.
I don't want this. I don't want this.
So I always like telling that story because it's one of the few times my mom broke bad, like really broke bad, like.
There ones where you snap.
And like my mom has that mild demeanor where like when it comes out, like it's like a cobra. You're like, "Oh shit!" Like I'm going down.
Yeah.
Like, Janet's pissed. So like, I've never seen this happen before. I don't know how this is going down.
Fatality.
Yeah, exactly. And he put his hands up, tail between his legs. He went back in the room, and he probably got chewed up by his wife. Yeah. There was no sex that morning.
Or he probably said his wife was probably like, "You go say something." Shit.
I don't think he.
Like, I'm done with it.
I love my cousin, but I don't think he's got the balls to do that.
Oh.
That kind of, anyways.
All right, so
let's not hashtag my cousin in this either.
Exactly. She can't listen to this one.
Yes, no,
or him.
No.
All right, so let's segue into the MCU.
Couldn't think of a better way to do it. That's a wonderful story.
Well, because I just rhymed.
My mom loves the Marvel movies. So that's perfect.
But I just rhymed.
I didn't. Did you notice it?
No,
I said segue into the MCU.
Oh.
Yeah.
But if you had to tell us.
Well, that's because y'all over there laughing and talking with each other. Y'all couldn't hear the greatness going on over here. I'm like separate off. I'm separate off by myself.
I'm just gonna say greatness is a stretch.
You know, I'm like Thanos over here.
Oh gosh, here we
By
go.
myself, just
Crumble in the dust.
Suffering in silence, man.
Oh.
From Infinity War, but I won.
What are we talking about?
Happened.
Okay, we're gonna
in this universe.
So I'm gonna be honest. I kind of envy you and Renee. I'm talking to Renee. I don't envy PJ because, like, you know, you kind of had a unique experience in that you watched the movies in kind of reverse. Like, you actually saw the cumulative movie first.
You saw the end.
And then you went back and you went through it. And, like, that Endgame is... I actually watched all the movies leading up to it. And it was strenuous.
Yeah.
And...
I mean, I did that too.
You did.
I was really proud of myself.
Yes, I was very impressed.
I watched all the movies.
But I wouldn't have been able to do it without...
I watched all the movies.
You watched Winter Soldier. That's it. I saw my Voodoo account.
Oh, you're talking about
leading up to it.
Oh, leading up to going to see it.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw all the movies because I wanted to see
them too, just not right before.
Yeah, and there's so many little references in that movie that I mean, go back 10 years to the first Iron Man movie.
That's so true. Like, that is so true.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, PJ.
Yeah.
PJ's like, just stop asking questions. I always ask questions.
Where do you think the I Am Iron Man line came from?
But this guy don't like it.
No. Okay, so we're watching the movie. She likes to ask questions.
I'm like, oh, what's about to happen?
No, it's about to happen. And she like,
I like for somebody to say,
she's like, who is that guy? Just watch.
I'm like, but I know that he's an important guy. I'm like, wait, who's that guy? Like,
my mom does that. She goes, oh man, is he gonna die? I'm like, Mom, watch the movie.
Look, Jordan hates watching movies with me. He's like, you ask too many questions. I didn't realize that until, like, Jordan said it. So now I'm like, PJ, did you know this X, Y, and Z? And PJ goes, you're a good movie watcher. And I was like,
she's actually a good movie watcher.
No, I believe it.
Because she understands the parallels, she understands the...
I've learned that it is not so common to be a good movie watcher.
But there's a certain that I'm a terrible movie watcher?
No, you're fine.
PJ just don't remember anything about it.
He doesn't. I'm
bad because I don't remember
anything. But then he don't want to watch it again either. How do you watch this movie? Yeah. I watched it before, but you don't remember what you watched, so it doesn't matter.
How true and sad that is. But yeah, like
that's how I am. I don't remember it.
Like it is very uncommon to find someone who is actually a good movie watcher. I mean, I've had conversations with people, someone at work specifically, not PJ.
Okay.
And he watched the movie Dunkirk. And I'll make this very short because
let's go.
I'll make this very short. So he watched the movie Dunkirk.
So Dunkirk is set during World War II.
World War II.
So
yes.
Just remember that.
Yes, it's set during World War II. It's about the infamous battle where the Germans pushed the British and the French basically off France. They pushed them to the beach.
Okay.
It's about their exodus. They try to escape basically, and so that's the point of the movie. It's kind of about a bunch of different characters and. There's someone at work who's a very nice person. He's a very nice guy.
Yeah.
But he is just not very
she knows him.
I think I know.
This one.
Yes.
I knew it!
Yes, he is a very nice guy, and I really like talking to him. But when it comes to being bright and all there, he just clearly isn't. And so, he is a very nice guy. And again... He buys these movies. I'm kind of like so and so. Like I'm just giving you a heads up, man. Like you really shouldn't buy this movie.
Yeah.
Like because this movie is probably going to be a little bit over your head.
Does he always buy movies though?
Yes, he does. He buys some. He has, and this is both an honor and not an honor at the same time. He has the worst taste in movies I've ever seen in any human being, as long as I've known. Yes, I'm serious. Anyway. And so let me get to the main part of the story. So. After most movies, he sends me a small barrage of questions after the movie because he doesn't pick things up, which is fine. That I can respect that.
Yeah.
And he sent me 3 questions about Dunkirk. He said, "Okay, is the main character in the is he a medic?" And I was like, "No, but I can see why you would think that. He's actually in the infantry."
Yeah.
He sent me another question, and then here's the doozy that literally made me stop my tracks. He goes, "Were they fighting the French? Were the British fighting the French?" And I was kind of like, so-and-so, like, please tell me you're kidding me, dude.
He's like, it's World War II.
I was like, it's World War II. The French were part of the Allies.
Everyone...
And they were fighting the Germans.
What did he say?
And he kind of tried to deflect it.
Did you even answer it?
I did answer it.
You did answer it?
He kind of
answered that one.
He tried to deflect it. He's like, oh, I knew it was the Germans. I was kind of like, no, you didn't. Like, if you knew it was the Germans, you wouldn't have to ask the question. It's one of those questions...
The French.
It's one of those questions where, like... You know that the Germans were the main people we were fighting in the Europe European continent. Like, there's only 3 people.
I think he was asking because sometimes people ask questions because they want you to know that they
are dumb.
Watched the movie.
But that's the point. That's literally the point. Is that the Germans are pushing them off the country. They're pushing them off France. Yeah, so the fact that he didn't know it was the Germans, it's like
that's even worse because
did you watch the movie?
Is, did you even school? Like everyone knows.
I'm not even going to go that far back because yes, that is something to be afraid of. That, but this is someone who just watched a movie about the Germans pushing the British and the French out of France to the beaches.
And he had
he didn't know that. So it's like, what were you watching for the last hour and 40 minutes?
Like, what did you watch?
Anyways, that's a stupid tangent. I apologize. So I'm interested what your experience was as someone who went from Infinity or Endgame.
Seeing the end.
Yeah, seeing the end and then watching all the way through. I mean, it had to be... at the very end of Endgame, spoilers, it's been 2 months, you should have seen it by now. The infamous, I am inevitable.
Yeah.
I am Iron Man.
Right.
And that's what he says in the first movie.
And that's what he said
I
in the
am
first
Iron
movie.
Man. Yeah.
But, it made me think, because...
And which one did you like the best?
My favorite one was I had 2. Mm-hmm. I had the one Thor.
Yes, she said Thor first. She said Thor first. What's
the
Ragnarok?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That was I like that one, and it's the funny one with all of them.
Guardians of the Galaxy?
No, not them.
Avengers?
No, it was I can't remember.
Doesn't sound like Captain America Winter Soldier.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like Winter Soldier now.
Oh yeah, it was the Winter Soldier. Yeah, the one with the black man, the black hair man, the one who was like killing everybody.
Well, that's not the funny one.
Yeah, it's not really funny at all.
Wait, what? No, that was the one that was all of them was in that movie though.
All of who?
Like Captain America and all of them.
Civil War. You're talking about Civil War.
What happened? Is that your favorite one? What?
Kind of. No.
Hey, what?
PJ told me on the way up that your favorite was Captain America Winter Soldier because that's his favorite. And so he keeps trying to prove to me.
She told me it was the favorite. And now she's gone back and
he keeps trying to
the one where he got Big Giant Man. Spider-Man was in it and everybody was in that.
Well, that's like the top 3. Those are.
What top 3? You didn't even say it. You didn't say 3.
Winter Soldier.
Oh, no, you can't.
I really, but it made me think. I wanted to go back and watch Endgame.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, you'll catch everything.
Because it was just when we watched Ant-Man and the Wasp, which I like that one too.
It's fun, yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. But then I was like, oh, what happened? Why is he in here? Like it was, and then
that's where he comes from.
And then it made me remember about the band.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
isn't that great?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
They spent 11 years figuring that out, a form of narrative to get to from the first Iron Man movie to Endgame.
I was about to say because it was in order to do what they did for all of those movies to have something connected, they're a brilliant mind.
Kevin Feige, producer, he came up with the idea basically.
Hats off, wig off to what's his name?
Kevin Feige.
Yep, him.
He's one of the. He's the guy who sits at the top of the pyramid saying, "I did this."
Well, I appreciate that, but the thing that I really appreciated was, and babe, stop it. It's
I'll
okay.
take my question back.
The thing.
Pretend like I didn't ask it.
Just take another swig of
the thing because in each movie, it made me go, oh. Yeah. But it made me go back to Endgame. Every one of it. I loved it. I loved every bit of it. I was so proud of myself for. I wouldn't have been able to do it if I hadn't have been in a car accident and I didn't have anything to do because I was pouting and I was upset and stuff. But at the same time, PJ was like, you gotta rest. You can't be up and that kind of thing. And I just iced myself a lot. So, and when you did the TV in my room, babe, I love you.
That's pretty bad.
Yes, it is.
I need to fix that.
Yes. In fairness, she did like Winter Soldier third.
I did.
3 out of 3 of her favorites. That's still 3 out of 22.
But I'm so excited about But you know what? Here's the thing that made me like go.
I think you should just buy Captain Marvel today.
You could.
Here's the thing.
Oh, me? No.
What? How much does that movie cost? What's
$30.
$30?
Yeah.
The heck?
The Blu-ray.
Why?
It's Disney.
Can you not get it on Blu-ray? Is it the Blu-ray that costs an extra $15?
For the digital copy.
For digital copy, yeah.
Why is that $30?
It's 4K. It's just a lot.
That's...
It's also Disney. All Disney movies are really expensive.
Really?
Because they know if people will buy them.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Avengers Endgame could be $50. People are still going to buy it.
Absolutely they are. Yeah.
Anyway, so continue because I'm enjoying what you're saying.
I can't remember.
Yeah, you're looking forward to.
Oh, I'm looking forward to the women. Well, it's a couple that I'm looking forward to. First of all, I need to see the women together. I need to see that.
They have not announced that, but I'm sure in some way
they have to. Like it's gonna. You know who is a badass?
Iron Man.
No, the Black Widow. Oh my God, she's amazing.
And she's sexy.
Yeah, she's cute. Redhead. So yeah, girl. You got it going on. And she has a nice butt.
And I'm not gay, so I love her very much. She has a very nice butt.
But I really did enjoy it.
I'm going to be honest. She was her and Lindsay Lohan when I was a teenager.
Really?
Yeah, but Lindsay Lohan went out the window.
But she was very attractive when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
She's trying to make a comeback. Robert Downey Jr. style, actually. Yeah.
She's trying.
Really?
I mean, Robert Downey Jr. was a.
But the problem is, he didn't look like. She looks like she's been in rehab.
She does.
Yeah.
I mean, but makeup can do wonders.
No. She looked like she'd been in rehab.
And I would still have sex with her. Like a lot. I'm not ashamed of that at all. I would.
PJ's like, and I'll drink to that.
All right.
Anyway,
God.
But yeah, so that's very cool because, like, even the scene in for instance, when Captain America, the poor dude's getting his ass beat by Thanos in Endgame.
Yeah.
He stumbles up, staring at his huge army, and if you remember correctly, Sam the Falcon he calls in. He goes, "Hey, on your left." If you remember, that's in Winter Soldier when they're jogging. He keeps going on your left.
Yeah.
That was done on purpose. Like, it was literally
so much.
I know.
So many things.
It's crazy.
Like, you just pay attention to
staggering. It's staggering how much they were able to call back these last 22 films.
Yes. I loved it. I loved every bit of it.
It is a movie TV show.
Yeah.
Each movie is its own episode in this larger
That is
season.
so true.
Yeah.
That's true. And then the biggest thing was, like, because I was watching, like, sometime 2 and 3 movies.
Yeah. And
then I had to stop one day. Like, we had watched, like, 3. Was it 3, babe? Like, 3 or 4 movies?
3 in one day.
And I was just like, no. Like, because you have to pay attention to everything. Because you know that there's going to be a connection some kind of way in another movie that you're watching because you're watching so many. Most
of the films did. They did try to kind of, specifically now that we have this up here, we can kind of look at it. It's funny because as much as awesome as it is, there's some people who consider that a criticism. They don't like the fact that, depending on who you talk to, usually it's movie snobs.
Yeah.
Their guidelines for a movie are, it doesn't need any back explanation. So the point is, like, they want to be able to go into Avengers 2 without having seen anything before, and it tells the story. Which, for the most part, it does. For the most part.
Yeah.
But there are things that still, some of the Infinity Stones show up, so it's not perfect.
Right.
And so some people were like, well, these are really kind of more piggybacking off of the successes of the other films.
But when you wanted to, though?
I love it. I love it.
I like it like that, but...
I completely agree with you, and for whatever reason, some people don't think that way. I don't 100% know why. It's probably, again, more snobbery than anything else.
It's like those... Yeah, it's the movie people are like, oh, well, a movie needs to be self-contained.
Exactly, yes.
But how, though?
No, not how, but it's because they're saying you shouldn't have... You can have these arcs, but they
you shouldn't be starting another movie while you're on this movie, which is what a lot of people have issues with, and I respect that.
I don't. because that's not the vision for what these movies were supposed to be doing.
True.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you a question. Off the top of your head right now, there's two that are considered the worst offenders. What did you think of Iron Man 2? If you remember, I know that was a while back. That's the one with Mickey Rourke and the guy with the whips.
With the whip thing.
And you can be honest. If you didn't like it, it's a very popular opinion, actually.
It was not my favorite.
That's fine.
It wasn't my favorite. That one's... I almost feel like... I don't want to say it was all over the place. It doesn't seem like it was well put together.
You're actually... A lot of people have that criticism because the whole point was they were trying to get from Iron Man essentially to Avengers.
Oh, okay.
They were trying to set up the Avengers in that movie. And there's a lot going on. I felt
like it was a lot. Just all over the place. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? What's happening?
And also another one is Avengers Age of Ultron. I'm not sure how you feel about that. I personally enjoy that one. It's not perfect, but I do enjoy it.
Remember Ultron's the robot that they made that did Sokovia? Dropped the city down on people.
The big robot.
The girl?
No, the robot that was...
Let me see.
That Captain, he made that... remember they did the Sokovia, where they went to the city, and they cut it up and raised it into the air?
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Yes. What did you think of that? I'm just curious.
I think it was okay. It was not like...
Him.
Yeah. It wasn't like my favorite. It wasn't... It's not even a top 5. It's not a top 10 either.
You know, that one, I will rewatch.
Yeah.
Because after you understand,
yeah,
like Ultron was, made it.
Tony Stark.
Tony Stark made him.
Right.
And so then he somehow became sentient by himself, kind of like every Terminator movie.
Yes.
He became sentient by himself, right?
Yeah.
But then he had all this knowledge.
Yeah.
But he was a little kid.
Yes.
Basically.
If you watch it again, it's a lot better the second time.
Because you're looking at basically what a little kid would do with all the knowledge.
Oh, okay.
And that's what a little kid, and he kept he was being all...
He was rambling, and the first time I watched it, I was like, what is he talking about?
Yeah.
And then the end came, I was like, okay, it was fun. The Avengers fought stuff, and, you know, Hulk did his weird Hulk thing, and Iron Man's being quippy, and Vision's awesome.
Yeah.
And then I remember watching it again, and it's very foreboding. Like, you know, Tony Stark is very, like... He's seen the vision of apocalyptic future, which guess what happens down here in Avengers Infinity War.
Right. Right.
And then and exactly, you hear these things that Ultron's rambling about. He can't put them in a sensical way.
Yeah.
But it's up there, and exactly, it's a little kid.
It's a kid.
It's a little kid.
And he's growing up, and he turns into a teenager. Teenager.
Yeah.
That's basically rebelling against his dad.
Yes.
Who's Tony Stark. And going against him. And when you look at and when you watch it in that way, every time he does something, you're watching. You understand what's happening. It becomes evolution.
It's a much better film that way.
Now you have that. And also the fact that the studio that's one of the movies that they stepped in and messed up.
Okay.
I'll make this very quick. So there was Kevin Feige, who's the guy who we hat wig off to. He's wonderful. He's the one who facilitated a lot of this.
Right.
He was unfortunately given what was called it was like a writer's table and it was an ideas committee.
Right.
And it was like 5 other people who they basically gave ideas on the script, and we talked about this briefly last time. Too many cooks in the kitchen,
right?
And so Age of Ultron suffered greatly from that. They suffered greatly from that, and we don't really need to go into that again.
Yeah, but you know, like what I don't even know what would I say my least favorite movie.
A lot of popular ones are the 2 most popular ones that I've talked to. A lot of people don't like Iron Man 2.
Yeah, the Iron Man 2 was like one of my least favorite ones.
I like Iron Man 2. A lot of people don't like the Incredible Hulk because it's kind of the weird, like almost distant cousin because it's Edward Norton versus Mark Ruffalo. And a lot of people don't like Thor: The Dark World, which I would probably put as my least favorite.
Was that the one where Loki came out?
That's the one with the Dark Elves. The one with Tesseract, or not Tesseract, with the ether where it gets inside Jane. And honestly, like, I'm gonna get a lot of guff for this. I'm sorry. Again, please don't be too mean.
Say Black Panther.
No, I'm gonna say Captain Marvel.
Oh, I told you I didn't like him.
That's kind of towards the bottom. And like I like the
but you have to see it. You haven't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
I like the character.
The new one.
The new one, yeah. I like
the girl.
Yes, which is I know.
But don't
look at me, hair swing.
We're not gonna say anything. You gotta watch it. You tell us what you.
I won't say anything that
tell
ruins it.
Tell me why you don't like it.
No, we're not gonna say it.
The reason I want you to tell me. So that I can look and see.
We might as well keep the trend going.
You have to tell me so that because I'll call you like I did with the other movie.
So, I didn't have a problem with the plot. The plot was fine.
Yeah.
Brie Larson was mostly okay under the circumstances, but she's very scowly.
Okay.
And that's not really what Captain Marvel is. But I can let it go because she's kind of, it's her first time on the bike. She's kind of getting used to it.
Right.
I get it. That's fair.
We don't like it for different reasons.
We don't. Do we not? I thought we liked it for similar reasons. I don't think it was super well. None of it has to do with the fact that it's a woman superhero. I don't think it was a very well written film for the most part. And also, I think. Have you noticed that all the Marvel films, excluding the ones that are kind of in the lower rung, they all have a very unique flair to them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
They all have a unique look. Avengers kind of had a wham bam, very quick moving feeling. Black Panther had a very I don't even know how to describe it. Ryan Coogler is a great director, and he brought his signature look to it. Taika Waititi did Thor Ragnarok. It was goofy as hell. It was wonderful. The Guardians of the Galaxy was kooky and kinky.
Oh my gosh.
So great, right?
Hey guys, I need more pamphlets.
Yeah.
Start this.
Piss off, Ghost. That was wonderful. That's amazing. But like,
what's the one with the guy?
Yeah, with Cora. Yeah, piss off, Ghost. Kicks the wall.
I need my pamphlet to start this up. What's it called?
His revolution. Yeah. Only my mom and her boyfriend showed up. It was a failure. Not enough pamphlets. Like Avengers Endgame with Korg 2, where he's like, oh Thor, he's back. New Master 69 is back. He called me a dickhead. That was amazing. It's so funny. My problem with Captain Marvel. Again, has nothing to do with Brie Larson. Very little to do with Brie Larson, and nothing to do with the fact that it's a female-led superhero.
Yeah.
It's an incredibly bland directed movie. Like there's no flair to it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why though. So our reason, I guess they're kind of similar.
Yeah.
This is why. Without giving away any plot.
Okay.
All the other movies were like going somewhere, or whatever.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel is a prequel. It's set before all the rest of the movies.
It's set in 95.
It's set before, not before the original Captain America,
Okay.
but it is because it was a flashback.
Yeah, a lot of people consider Captain America to be the first film in the series chronologically. I consider it to be a flashback
because of flashback. They show, we found this girl,
we found him,
and then it talks about who he was.
Okay.
So it's a flashback, but it happens in the 90s, and the problem I had with it was that all it did was try to set up for the regular
for the next Avengers movie.
Well, I mean, for the Iron Man, they
So basically, they were shoehorning in a lot of stuff that led to Avengers, which kind of and Iron Man.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, no, they were like trying to, or all the stuff that happened in the movies.
Yeah,
they were like, they had to show.
Yeah,
it had to.
Gotcha. So it had they put it in there.
Yeah, so it didn't.
So it wasn't well put together.
Yeah, it wasn't like independent. So the things,
tad bit or inorganic.
So
tad bit.
So like what the people were saying about how they don't like the thing is like this movie was the epitome of that. Yeah. Everything about it was basically because to me it was like.
So it's like you already seen this movie.
No.
It was more like it just was very. Oh, so you're going to put this in here because you can.
You have to. It's like, it has to go
here.
It has to go here because we already saw it. And,
right.
It's like everything they did in it, they constrained it completely.
I don't think I want to see it then.
No, you got to see it.
You got to see it. I mean, it's not.
There's some things in there that you have to see it.
It's not the worst movie ever. It is entertaining.
But it is. But because of all the other ones, and you knew everything that came before it,
yeah.
they were making it so. Oh, well, we already know this happened, so we have to make sure this happens. So
plus, they were kind of a little bit, in my opinion, they were kind of Stranger Thingsing it. A little bit with the 90s nostalgia. A little bit.
Yeah, they did a lot of 90s stuff.
I don't like Stranger Things. Didn't I watch some of that?
Yeah, you like Stranger Things.
No, I don't
you didn't like Stranger Things.
I don't like that.
It gets better in the second, third season. I don't like the first season very much.
She's watching the third season.
I watched it was my first time watching it, so I never watched any other season.
She didn't watch 4 and 2.
Okay,
She watched 3.
fair enough. Yeah,
You know I started at the end, right?
that might do it. I like it. That's your MO.
And we were
Started at the tail and worked my way back.
Yeah, so for Captain Marvel, you'll notice it when you see. Now, there's certain things you have to watch it because there's certain things it tells you about Captain Marvel and stuff.
I mean, it's not a bad movie.
No.
There's a few things that are really corny in it. Like there's one scene of dialogue that we can talk about another time that I'm just kind of like I still scratch my head at. Like, man, this is like there's just a scene that's so weird. I think you should
watch it today, so I think you should buy it.
Okay.
So anyway,
Don't buy it.
so anyway,
I'm not excited about it.
Might watch it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not excited.
Anyway, but
$30
that's
for something that's not good.
Joseph Clinton. GS14.
Oh yeah, G14. G14. You remember Rush Hour? The original Rush Hour. I remember the captain that was like, it's G14 classified.
Yeah.
Because they were like, G14!
Yeah.
G14 classified! The guy that said G14 classified was there.
He's there.
He was
him.
there?
Yeah, we met him. And we kept saying G50.
Yeah, GS50. Yeah.
G50, GS59.
I was like, it was funny because we were talking, like, was that right? He's like, yeah, I think that's right. He's like, well, he did say it. He might remember it. PJ goes, GS50. He goes, G14. You're like, G14!
G14!
I think you got a kick out of it. That was pretty funny.
He's like, Rush Hour? I was like, yeah, Rush Hour. He's like, G14. I was like, oh yeah, G14.
Who was the other dude? There was another dude who quoted a line from that movie. Who else? There was someone else who quoted a line from a movie that we talked to. Do you remember who that was? I can't remember who else that. Yeah, like and it's not often that you get that because they don't like quoting their lines.
Yeah,
I mean, they don't want to be the monkey,
Yeah,
right.
I
get that.
But remember that kid from It? They kept getting him.
Oh,
to do those lines.
that poor kid.
They kept getting him to do it.
He was a kid?
Again.
Did you see It?
No, he hadn't seen it.
Okay.
It's about kids. It's a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were at a convention we went to, and they just had that kid. He just kept
poor kid.
over and over saying the same line.
You'll float too. That's the line.
That's the line. See, I don't even remember the line.
The poor kid was yelling at the top of his lungs. I mean, he probably enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But like,
was he like a kid?
Oh yeah, like 12.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, not even. He's 8 or 9.
Really? Well, he probably did enjoy it.
Well, I mean, he probably did enjoy it, but like
all the people,
doing it. Yeah.
Their lines were definitely the longest.
It's impressive.
Everybody's
really?
That kid, seriously, he probably paid for the majority of his college tuition in a weekend from one convention. Jesus. I'm dead serious. Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Yeah, because their things were like $40 a piece.
30 or 40 a piece, and then he had a line the entire day. 3 days.
Yeah, like the line was
3 lines.
He was there 3 days, and he consistently had a long line the entire weekend, as far as I know.
Yeah, his line was
the guy who plays
out the door and up the hall.
Yes.
The entire day.
Just to give you an idea, the guy, Freddy Krueger?
Yeah.
The guy who plays Freddy Krueger at a given convention, he has been able to pull down as much as $200,000 in 3 days.
What?
Because people love him. I mean, he's Freddy Krueger.
Right.
He has been able to.
But do he dress in costume?
He used to. Not anymore. He's retired. I mean,
they still go see him.
People love him.
These people. Some of these people that are like the famous people.
Yeah.
Their lines are like
staggering.
Yeah, you better get in them early.
Yes.
Like. Yeah, the lines are out. Like, I'm trying to explain. Let me. All right, so. In the first thing, it wraps around.
I think that's Shaq Honey.
No. It wraps around like in the snake line, probably about 100 feet.
Yeah, at least
about 100 feet, and then they break it, and they put another line that goes about 100 feet, and they break that, and they have another line that's actually that one
longer.
That's about 200, 300 feet. Sometimes it goes out the door and around the courtyard.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Conventions are crazy. Honestly, if I had more capital and a partner I could trust, I'm actually saying a partner I trust, like him, I would trust him as a partner. Oh man, god damn it!
You walked into that one.
I did. Not as bad as the pregnant one, but I did. I would actually consider trying to start one down here because there's very few down here.
That is true.
That's true.
I would consider starting one,
but we need a lot of money.
But here's exactly, you need overhead and capital.
Because number one,
and if it flopped, you're in trouble.
Yeah, you'd have to pay these hotels off.
A hotel.
Hotel. That's what I meant. Hotel. Yeah. Well, I meant hotels.
Pay them as in booking the rooms?
Yes.
Well, not rooms. It's the whole basically hotel.
You have to pay for the hotel, but the ground floor basically.
Oh, okay.
Because you have all the rooms.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have people in the lobby. You gotta have people in the. You gotta basically.
Now the one nice thing with the hotels is you can put your celebrities up there, and all they have to do is come downstairs.
Right.
But you have to pay for the celebrities. I believe.
I was about to say, do you pay for them?
Yeah,
well, it goes one of two ways. I've heard this is the traditional way is that you pay the celebrity a flat fee, and whatever they make at their table, they give to you. Is what I've heard.
I don't think that's true.
Because the point is they're paid for their time with the flat fee.
Yeah, but they are tallying all the money, aren't they?
I think they're doing that to give.
You give to the people. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You might be right. No, I'm saying you might be right.
Now, there is also another possibility that they actually do give. They have the people come. They pay for their air flight. They pay for their per diem. They pay for their room, but then they have to facilitate the getting of the money for their autographs, and that's their money. And then basically they're on the hook for everything else. Yeah. And then the people, the convention takes in either a cut of what they get.
I was about to say, like,
or
the
tickets.
Yeah, the door, which is going to be a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think so the hard part would be because this is what happens, which we see all the time.
Yeah.
You get these people to commit, right?
Yeah.
And you have to get it way in advance. You get them to commit.
Yeah, you're talking.
And they cancel.
They cancel.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. I mean, but it happens all the time because people get.
But don't you have to have multiple stars though?
So that's the thing. Mm-hmm. If you can get enough people coming in, like what they'll do, I've noticed is they'll have some kind of reunion. Like today, this time they had what was the movie? Monster Squad reunion. Mm-hmm. Okay. So basically, 5 or 6 people that were in the movie, and so everybody would come and sit, like that.
Yeah.
And that'll be a draw. But the people gotta come because one of the people didn't come for it. The werewolf guy didn't come. And then Wilford Brimley, something probably happened to him.
Okay. I think he was here yesterday.
He was there yesterday. That's what I'm saying. I think something happened to him today. Probably got sick or too tired because he's older.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing. So you have to have, it is a risk.
Yeah.
But these have been, the ones who've been going to our established, and they've been going on. So people come to them. But the first year, because we went to one, and nobody showed up and stuff.
Which one was that?
I can't remember. Or it might be when they were talking about it, and nobody showed up, and the people lost everything. The organizers, because the people that show up and they had
so sad.
It's just, it's part of it. It's the risk.
It's the risk.
Yeah.
You want to
publicize enough. It's got to be in a public place. And I would like to think that in the Northern Virginia, D.C., Maryland area, there's going to be enough people, especially since there's a lot of fluent people here. Yeah, and there's only 2. There's the Awesome Con in D.C., which is honestly not a very good convention.
And there's the one in...
and there's the one in Tyson's.
No, there's 3. There's one at the...
Oh, there's one in that... Okay.
The National Harbor.
Yeah, I've never been to that
3,
one.
But that's only 3 in a year. You can get another one.
Halloween, do a horror convention.
Yeah,
I actually flirt the idea of seeing if I could talk to the guys who do Monster Mania and be like, hey, listen, guys, can we use your name and do one down here? But the problem is, I would have to pay him. Yeah. He's trademarked it, which I don't blame the guy.
But I mean,
it's an idea.
It's a good idea. If you, like you said, if you had enough capital, you could float it, and
you start small.
Yeah.
You don't go big like Monster Mania does because they can obviously do it.
Yeah, you
get a small, like those people. You get a small hotel,
right?
And, but it can be done. But it's like and I would definitely call what's his face?
Robert Englund?
No, the black guy I was talking to.
Oh, Malcolm Goodwin?
Yeah, I would call him because he likes to do the small ones.
As much as I like Malcolm Goodwin, how many people were at his table?
It doesn't matter. Not a point.
A little bit?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you want the money.
Yeah,
you want the money.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay. But I'm just saying, I already got just connections brewing.
True.
See what I'm saying? Little connections that...
Yeah. We have Monster Squad reunion.
Because nobody was at his table. Oh, he was probably there for iZombie, huh?
Yes.
Using iZombie, but nobody watched that.
Nope.
Jordan did.
Jordan should have come.
Yeah, he had a game.
Mm-hmm. He had a game.
Yes, he did.
He said that was the most boring game he ever played.
Why? Because they just killed the team.
Yeah, they just killed him.
That's what
After
they did last
a while,
week.
they just start playing down.
And they still didn't help.
No, they took all of Jordan off the field and put the
scrubs.
Yeah,
Scrubs.
And they were still scoring.
I'll play with no scrubs.
It was just crazy. Because they were the second half after halftime, they was it's not enough players on the field, and he was like, I know, because at that point it was, I text you, it was
4.
It was 4-0. I think it ended up being 10.
Jordan was it was a lot to 1. It was a lot to 1.
It was I stopped counting after it was 6, I was like, I can't count anymore. Like, and you know the thing?
Just use your fingers.
This is the thing. This is totally off the subject what you guys are talking about. But this is the thing. You know how exciting the Marauder parents are or were? Like, this team is so laid back. Like, most of the parents, like, probably like 5 or 6 parents was out in the parking lot, like, having conversations, not watching the game, like, and I don't know, like, if that's what they do, but they just, like, you know how we go, yeah, blah, like, just yelling and screaming for the kids, like, they, like this, I'm like, am I going to be able to be a part of this team? Because, you know, I'm loud and crazy. I'm that crazy soccer mom. I mean, granted, you know, my back was hurting today, so I was not yelling and screaming. And then I didn't have anywhere to sit, so. But they did have benches, like this, like 2 benches. But it was pretty bad.
All right, so the last thing we need to talk about is how did our predictions go?
Well, what? Oh, yeah!
Not very good.
Yeah, they went bad.
I mean, moderately. They were moderately fine.
But you guys did get some right?
We did.
Yeah, but specifics we didn't get right at all. But we got broad strokes.
Okay, tell me what happened.
Okay, so let me...
I'm glad I didn't guess any of this stuff.
Well, you need to be a part of this.
No, I hadn't watched my movies yet.
Part of it.
Okay, cool. So here we go. I got them up in such a way that we can kind of see all of them. So... first things first, the last 22 films have been now collectively known as the Infinity Saga because of the Infinity War. So it's the Infinity Saga, and we've now ended that, and we are now into the next unnamed saga, or the next series of films. And Marvel threw a pretty. They threw a curveball at me. I didn't see it coming. I did not see it coming. They kept the phase, which, you know, the different phases.
Yeah.
I'm not sure PJ filled you in on that. There's 3 phases that make up the Infinity Saga. Phase 4 only is 2 years long. It's 2019 all the way up to 2021. Wait, no, excuse me. I apologize. 2020 to 2021. So it's 2 years, and it's 10 different projects, 5 movies, and 5 TV shows.
Oh, yeah, he told me about that.
I did not see that coming.
Not the TV shows.
Well, I knew they were making them, but I kind of figured they'd be kind of like almost like an adjunct. Like, it's like, oh yeah, we're doing them. They're part of the MCU, but they're going to be kind of, you know, over here versus in your face part of it.
They're going to be on Disney Plus.
They're going to be on Disney Plus. That's right.
That means you have to pay extra money plus.
I mean, yeah,
it's $6
it's Netflix. It's Disney's Netflix, and yeah, they're keeping it quote unquote cheap.
We're not getting it. Just so you know.
Okay. I've already paid for it.
Well, you can stop.
No, I mean, it's already paid.
It's one-time fee?
You can either buy
monthly, or you can pay for it a year at a time.
How much is it a year at a time?
It's $6 a month.
$50 ish, 54, 60.
I think you're lying because I knew it. That don't sound like something you would do.
It's a good shot.
I do it all the time.
Anyways, so little side note for you, Renee.
Okay.
They have the Marvel Cinematic Universe spans TV shows as well as movies, and all of these TV shows here. Oh shit, where the hell are they?
Except Shield. Shield's still there.
Yeah.
Shield?
Bear with me here. I'm finding.
You're being slow.
Knights of Columbus. Yes, I am being slow. Here we go. TV shows. All of these are TV shows that quote unquote some form take place in the MCU. They all are. Yeah. Varying degrees. There's been some debate of whether or not this is actually true or not.
I haven't watched Cloak and Daggers. No, not
but they're very loosely related because the Marvel movies and the Marvel TV shows are 2 different branches that don't like each other. Notoriously.
Really?
Yeah.
Like for real?
For real, yeah. They don't like each other very much. So, bear with me here. I need to go.
Well, they're different entities.
They're different entities, yeah. Like the Marvel Studios movies are actually directly under Disney, whereas the Marvel Studios TV shows are somewhere different.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Yes.
While you're doing this.
I'm done.
While you're looking over there.
Hurry up.
So, did you tell your parents about the podcast?
I did.
The last episode? Did they listen to it?
No.
Why not?
My parents are 60 years old each.
I understand.
I'd be surprised if I knew what a podcast was.
So you play it for them.
Okay, I'll think about it.
I think they would like this one.
Maybe. My mom will, because she comes across like a badass.
Yeah, I'm serious. I think they'll like it because this one's an extra good one.
It is.
I like it.
It's extra special.
It's tapering off.
Since you guys came out.
Did you say the tapering out?
Uh-huh.
You said the tapering out.
You said we came out.
Oh, got it.
Out of the closet.
We probably shouldn't do that. My dad already doesn't like me enough. I'm just kidding.
Too late.
Anyways, so 5 movies, 5 TV shows is what they decided to do, and they're cramming it in 2 years. So
that's gonna be a lot.
Basically, every single, the Phase 3, which was from Civil War up to Spider-Man.
Yeah,
that was 4 years. They're doing the same thing in 2 years. Yeah, with TV shows and movies.
But that'd be good for us.
But are the TV shows and the movies gonna go?
They are. They're gonna
hand in hand.
They are. Yes, they are.
Shut the front door.
But it is the same movie and TV show. People So look at the TV show. You have the Falcon and Winter Soldier is a TV show.
The Falcon is now technically Captain America.
WandaVision, which is Wanda
the Scarlet Witch.
And then
the
Vision.
wonderful corset.
Oh.
And all the purple stuff she threw.
Yeah. And Vision, the robot.
Oh, wait. The what? The lady with the
lady Wanda, yeah. That her and Vision were together.
Remember?
Oh, yeah. Okay. You know who I was thinking about? I was thinking about Thor's sister.
Oh, no. Then there's the Loki.
Hello.
There's a Loki series.
Hello.
You remember in Endgame, or was it Endgame? It was when they were going back and then Loki grabbed the Tesseract and then disappeared.
Yep.
That's going to be about what happens when he grabs the Tesseract.
It's going to be about the alternate universe he creates. Yeah.
Okay.
Now Marvel's What If is not in canon.
What channels are these coming on?
Well, it is in canon because.
Is this going to be on the Disney stuff?
Disney.
That
Disney Plus.
Because
and What If is going to be in canon because it's basically a what if. It's not real scenario.
They're saying it's not in canon. They're saying, but yes, you could argue it is in canon.
And then a Hawkeye
when are these movies coming out?
So these are
TV shows.
There's one in
August
2021 and then 4 in 2021. 1 in 2020 and 4 in 2021. Mm-hmm. Because 2020 is almost here. They got to make them.
Yeah.
True.
And then the movies are going to be Black Widow movie, of course. We talked about that.
Right.
Which is going to take place
Which is going to be amazing.
It's going to take place between Captain America: Civil War and Infinity War.
Okay.
So it's going to be when she let
Black Panther go or Captain America
go when Black Panther's trying to get him.
Yeah.
So then she had to run because she became a fugitive, and it's going to be what happened to her then.
Oh yeah,
It's going to fit into her past because she's going to come across her quote unquote sister, who's also a Black Widow.
Well, a Black Widow is basically the assassin.
Yeah. Her sister's going to be one too.
Her sister.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, sorority.
Kick-ass girl.
You have the Eternals, which you don't know about.
Yes. I love it.
I think it's good. I think it's going to be good.
I told you about the girl power thing, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
And then
it makes me so excited.
It's going to be fun.
So the Eternals, which you don't know about. Shang-Chi, we already talked about him. He's the Kung Fu guy.
He's the Kung Fu superhero.
Then another Doctor Strange.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Which Doctor Strange, like, I just had listen, no joke. I saw this guy having, like, an all-black shirt, and I thought it was a Doctor Strange fire thing.
That's funny, yeah.
But it was what was that, core fish? Whatever that fish is. Like the big fish. Like, I don't know. But it's a pretty fish. Mm-hmm. But it was the same color as the orange. And I immediately thought that's what it was. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Okay. I'm going to go. And I got closer to him because I was going to tell him I like this shirt. Mm-hmm. But it was a fish.
It was a fish.
And then Thor.
Fish.
And then Thor.
And Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is going to have Wanda in it also. She's going to be with him. She's the one who does the red powers. And she's got the wonderful corset.
Yeah.
And because it's wonderful. And then that's going to be Marvel's first quote unquote horror movie, is what they're saying. It's going to be in the Multiverse of Madness. I mean, that's anyway. And then Thor Love and Thunder is going to have Thor, and it's going to have the female Thor.
It's going to be a female Thor?
She's going to be in it as well.
Well, listen, because, Thor, he is fine.
He wasn't in Endgame.
So she going to have... Oh, no, he was fat. He was absolutely fat.
But he was
they got to get him back.
And it's probably going to be the...
It is
the Valkyrie.
No, it's Natalie Portman. That's confirmed, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Natalie Portman is going to play her, which I have...
She's the one that got the ether in her.
Yeah, I have kind of...
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I don't know.
We'll see. They may
We'll see. They may
not
do something good
of
with it.
Natalie Portman, because Natalie Portman has been a good character in some
They may do
movies.
something good with it.
But I'm just saying because of the character that she's been the
kind of
the damsel in distress.
Well, not even so much damsel in distress. I don't have a problem with that, but just the way she played her character, where she's kind of this weird, quirky character. It just to me isn't believable.
Maybe she's gonna get trained by the Valkyrie.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, maybe. Who knows? I don't know.
The Valkyrie can take in anybody.
But yeah, so you got those 5 movies, which should be fun.
Yeah.
And you got TV shows. The Marvel's What If is an animated, sort of, kind of in canon TV show. It's gonna be animated.
And I don't think I'm gonna watch that.
Just wait for why. Wait for why.
Why?
It's going to be about what happens if things in the MCU were different. Like, what if Loki was worthy and Thor wasn't?
Oh.
So what if Loki was Thor and Thor wasn't? For instance, you remember Peggy Carter, the woman that Captain America has a crush on in the first movie?
Why are they all up here?
In the first movie.
I don't know. Yeah.
It would be like, what if she
Like the
took...
one he went back
Yes.
in.
It'd be like, what if she took a super serum and he didn't? And
Gotcha,
like that. It's only
So it's like a mind twisted sort of thing.
Yeah, it's like, what if this happens
But
versus that?
I don't know if I like that though.
We'll see.
Because I like it the way it is.
You're not getting Disney. It's
not getting that Disney Prime.
It's Disney Plus.
Whatever.
We're not gonna get Disney Prime.
No, we're not. We're not getting Disney Plus either, unless you give it to us free Disney.
Yeah, they're gonna.
You can be our sponsor.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be gifted to us.
And there is a little more news about the movies. Those were just the ones they officially announced with dates.
And what else?
They did announce some films that are probably going to show up in the next phase in 2022.
And what is that?
Oh, let's just say one of them had my mouth drop.
What?
Oh, the Blade.
Blade.
We talked about Blade.
Blade.
We know who's gonna play Blade. With
Mashallah Ali playing Blade. That's pretty freaking epic. I don't care what anybody says. I did not see that coming.
Why did they use the real Blade?
Because he's too old.
He too old?
Well, I mean,
is he out of jail?
Yes, he is.
Did he go to jail?
Yes,
Yeah.
tax evasion.
Oh, they using him?
Using him, yeah.
That should be
Oh,
interesting.
I thought
he's
they
a
was
good
using
actor.
a girl.
He's probably working out right now.
Do you know
You
why
know
he got it? Do you know why?
Why?
He called Marvel the day after he won his Oscar and said, "I want to play Blade," and they're like,
"Shut up!"
I'm dead serious. And they were like, "You don't say no to Mashallah Ali, who just won the Oscar yesterday." So yeah. That's how I did it.
I guess. I mean, that's big balls, brave.
Yeah.
But I think he just work out. And,
balls to the wall.
He's a
he
really
better be good.
But no, he's a good actor.
He's a very good actor.
So as long as they train him well and they do write a good script, he'll be good.
Oh, it's gonna be great. Blade.
He's gonna have to grow his hair.
Oh, he's bald. You have the Black Panther 2 is coming. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is coming.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel 2 is most likely coming. You have... They are finally going to make a Fantastic Four movie and X-Men movie.
You said Fantastic?
Fantastic Four, yep.
Really?
Yep, because Fox owned X-Men and Fantastic Four up until earlier this year.
Okay.
Disney bought the company because they were selling.
Okay.
And there you go. So now they're going to make a Fantastic Four X-Men movie, another Spider-Man movie for sure. And then there's a possibility of another Ant-Man and the Wasp movie.
I hope so, because I really like them.
I do too. I like
However,
them too.
they gotta... Is he gonna come back, though? The
Ant-Man?
Wasp?
Yeah, she came back. Remember at the very end of Endgame, she's fighting with him? She's fighting...
Oh, yeah.
She's part of your all-girl team.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And so, that's what it's looking like. So, it should be very interesting. I think it's going to be...
Okay. So, I'll probably start, like... I don't know. Y'all go to the movies too much, but, you know.
Yes, we do.
Oh, we have the thing. We're just going to do... We got the thing.
Yeah.
We haven't used this month at all.
No, well, of course it is also.
Well, because
2 days in.
we didn't. Yeah, it's only 3 days in.
We didn't use it all the last month.
Well, we didn't use it.
We did use it in July.
No, we didn't.
At all?
Yeah, we did. Well, I did. I went to 3 movies.
Well, I didn't go because I had the car accident at the beginning of the month. What am I doing? Just slightly taking my hair down.
Don't do that.
Yes. No. Your big brother, besides you, got a $250 gift card.
What are y'all going to do at IHOP?
Y'all going to IHOP?
What's wrong with you, dog? Oh, she's laying down. There you go. She's looking for
all right.
stuff.
Well, I think we'll end there because...
Yeah, because these kids won't
they
leave
come
me
in here
alone.
interrupting.
Money.
And this has by far been the longest that we've done.
But it's been awesome.
Only by what, maybe 10 minutes?
Hour 40? We hadn't done anything close to
Yeah, we did an hour 30 2 weeks ago.
Oh, we did? It was hour 30?
It was hour 30, yeah.
Oh, okay. But these last two have been the longest.
Most of the podcasts I've seen are about About an hour and 40 minutes, maybe 2 hours long.
Ours has been about an hour and 10.
This one right here is gonna put us on the map.
Damn straight.
It's gonna put us on the map.
Yep, and then we're gonna get a sponsor by.
We have a sponsor.
Disney Plus.
Oh, Disney Plus sponsor.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Disney Plus.
Oh man, what have I been doing?
I want to go to Disney.
I'm plugging the refrigerator, and I've been freaking opening and closing this thing all the whole time.
Babe, do you remember?
Remember when I plugged the refrigerator?
What was it
when
when the little kids used to say, "Take me to Disney," or "I want to go to Disney"?
That's a Super Bowl.
It's Super Bowl. Like, what? You just won the Super Bowl. What are you gonna do? Oh, I'm gonna go to
Disney.
The Super Bowl MVP. Yeah.
Oh.
So anyway, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much. This was a blast, Elliot.
Damn straight it was.
It was
Damn straight
great.
it was. And thank
Yippee,
you,
skippy. Janet, my mama.
Yep, Miss Janet, for being a badass.
My mama.
You could be a part of the girl crew.
And thanks for all the people. Thanks for all the.
You should get her in here as a guest star for a podcast. It would blow her mind.
Thanks for all the well wishes from all the people that sent all the flowers and candy and everything to Renee while she was out.
She loved the chocolate.
And
thank you guys so much.
We'll see you next time.
Day
We're not gay. Yes. Yeah.
What? He's my partner.
Peace.
my hetero.